Hello everyone and welcome to another Oracle deck review. We have another deck by the Witch of the Forest. This is the Earth Oracle deck. So this is 78 Oracle cards and a green magic guide. This is really cute. I love the vibes. Connect to the power of the earth. This deck was $26. Embrace green magic as a tool for self-discovery with its enchanting oracle deck. 78 oracle cards and a booklet for exploring meanings and oracle spread readings. So we have actually done a review of her work before because she actually has a tarot deck and a book on tarot. Look at this little guidebook. Okay, this is itsky bitsky, but usually she keeps it pretty complete. So let's see. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we got a nice, easy to go through contents, where to find each thing. Oh, she included a lot in here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have phases of the moon, the 4 seasons, the 4 elements, herbs, spices, and trees, flowers, crystals, metals, animals. Wow. Okay. So she put a lot in here, and she actually managed to shove some spreads in here too. Okay, welcome to the Earth Oracle deck. Hello, lovelies. This Oracle deck is based upon my second book, Earth Magic, which is about green witchcraft. All 78 cards are based on the spiritual meanings of a selection of herbs, spices, crystals, and animals, along with the moon phases, seasons, and elements. Okay, so I don't have the big book because I didn't know it existed. So yeah, I'm going to let the size of this guidebook slide because this is based off of a larger book, which would have way more information in it. So this would be a complementing tool to go with that book. Earth Magic. We're going to have to keep our eye open for that book. A little bit on what oracle cards are, how to use this deck. Okay. There's no right or wrong way to use this deck. Well, that's always handy. The flexibilities are always good. This deck may actually be a good complement to other decks as a helpful side deck to enhance other readings and stuff. Okay. And she suggests if you want to use spreads or not, or you can do single cards. All right. Sorry about that, kitten. All right, let's fix our light here. All right. She almost caused an avalanche of books. A book avalanche. That would have been terrible. Alrighty. New moon. Okay, so this is also a handy thing for learning your moon phases and everything about these other things too. The printing is a little small, but that's okay because like she puts in a reasonable amount of information onto all of them. And these are good for tracking time too. If you have to figure out a time frame for a reading, you could just pull these cards out of this deck and use those. Okay, the elements in here, herbs and spices. Okay, we're not going to go fully into all of these, all of the crystals. This is a nice way to learn a little bit about everything though. If you are a super beginner, this is a great deck for learning little bits to see what piques your interest. And she has a couple spreads in here. 2, 3, 4, 5, and of course the Celtic Cross. And we like the Celtic Cross because that's our bread and butter of tarot, right? Alrighty. So this deck was actually printed in 2025. First published in 2025. So this is a brand new deck. Yes, yes. It feels like this book has, like the way it's printed, it feels like there's foil, but there isn't. But there is. I like the shiny. Okay. All right, into the cards themselves. Thank you once again, my dear, for including a ribbon so we do not damage our cards. She went a little more simple on this box, but that's okay. Come on. All right, piece of paper over. Okay, so the guidebook didn't really show the art, so let's go through that. Okay, so we have all of our moon phases here. These are very simple elegance, nice and easy to read, and I like she's got the nice little bit on the bottom, like many Oracle card decks do, with the quick inspire your memory little prompts in the bottom. So that's moon phases. And then we have our seasons: fall, winter, spring, and summer. I really like her style of artwork. I think it's very folk, you know? I like folk art. I'll admit it, I do. Earth, air, fire, and water. And this is also handy having the triangles for people who are trying to remember them, because some of us have dyslexia and memorizing these triangles is really hard. So having them right there is also nice and helpful. And she also has little crystals incorporated in each of the elements too. And that's part of the book. I like that. Okay, see if I can find all of our herbs. There's a lot of herbs. Oh, that's the flowers. Okay. Okay. So, herbs. And these are actually pretty accurate renditions of these guys, what they look like in nature. You can tell that she puts some real care into these. Lavender, seek inner peace. Lemon balm, seek emotional healing. Yes, absolutely. I love that for mint. Mint, focus on personal growth. If you plant mint anywhere, it will take over. Treat your personal growth like mint and just keep growing, growing, growing. Love that. Sage, trust your inner wisdom. Lovely. Okay, and then into our flowers. All right. Valerian for sleep. Yes, all of these are proper references for all of our flowers and herbs. Poppy, heal from grief. Sunflower, wisdom and joy. Very lovely. Whoop. I'm bonking things again. Okay, crystals. Okay. This is another handy way to learn your crystals, what you want to wear when you want to wear it, right? You want to boost your confidence, throw on some Amazonite. Amethyst is very good for your third eye, absolutely. Carnelian, to find success. Carnelian is also good for communication. Yeah. Okay, I don't quite like this for labradorite, but labradorite is really reflective and hard to draw, so I gotta be fair with that. And labradorite's one of my favorite crystals. She did malachite really good. Same with moonstone. Okay, and then we have our metals. There we go. Crystals and then metals. Copper, gold, and silver. So these are also good for deciding what you want to wear and how you want to wear it. You know, I think these would actually be kind of fun. This would be a deck that would be fun to divide up. You know, it's like, what do I need right now? And you can dig through your collection and, you know, see what you've got or see what you want to find next. And then we have our animals. These are basically the standard, a lot of the standard spirit animals, and animals that you're going to see, you know, in your everyday. And yeah, I really like her renditions of these. This red squirrel is super cute. Look at him. Isn't he adorable? And that little robin. Ugh. Absolutely. Okay. So the flexibility of these cards is really cool. You can use this as, you know, anything from what do I need right now to, you know, doing things more complicated like the Celtic Cross. This is a great deck for anybody who wants to learn anything. She puts so much stuff in here when you think about it that I would actually give this deck to any beginner. That would give them reference points for all kinds of things. You know, this would guide learning in big ways too. You know, focusing on, you know, what should I learn about right now? You know, and pulling, oh, herbs, okay. Pulling flowers, okay. You know, guiding their learning. Helping them, you know, gather up more of their tools for their practice. You know, this is actually really, really cute. I can't be mad at the guidebook because this is based on her larger book. So I am going to keep an eye open for the larger book because I think these will work really, really well together. And I think this is quite fascinating. Yeah. This is not as fancy a box as her previous boxes, though. I think she could have played a little bit more with that, but, you know, packaging is packaging. It's not the most important thing in the world. Yeah, I would give this deck you know what? It's really hard. This one's really hard to just give it a rating. I think I'm just going to give it... Oh, what do I give it? This is so hard. What do I give it? What do I give it? You know what? You give it. Comment on this post what you would give it out of 10 based on what you've seen. I really like this, and I don't know. I can't just give it a flat number. It's got so much potential, and there's so much good that this deck could do. So I'm not going to give it a rating. I'm not going to. I want to see what you guys think. So once you've decided that, if you guys decide you're going to buy it for yourself, let me know. I want to know if you have this deck and if you've been playing with it. Please tell me in the comments. I want you guys to spill all your tea about this deck if you've played with it before. Because I'm quite in love. I'm going to play with it quite a bit, I think. So, on that note, may your path be lit with starlight and your spirits stay wild, friends. And I hope you have a fabulous week. And thank you so much for putting up with my kitty playing with her toys in the background. And you guys have a great day. Bye.